So, hello, good day, everyone. Today is on the 3rd of January 2026, and somebody complained that made a request that I should make a video on how they'll be able to know the kind of pairs they are going to trade based on their equity. Do you understand? Now, before I will say anything, trading is all about risk. It's you that will determine what you're willing to risk. And before you can be successful in this business, you must be willing to risk 20 to 10% of your account. And by you doing that, is the kind of equity you're having, and the stop loss you're using will determine what you're going to risk. It's up to you. I'm only going to show you there are some persons who want to risk 100% of their account. That is their business. There are some persons who want to risk 10% of their account. There are persons who want to risk 5% of their account. So it's up to you. Do you understand? But I'm going to give you the standard of what we do here. For you to use our Bekenet trading software, you must be a trader. You must have traded before. You must understand buy, sell, understand everything about trading. Do you understand? That means you must have a basic knowledge about trading. Secondly, to use our Bekenet trading software, you must know where to put your stop loss. Our stop loss has two forms. We have the 80 pip stop loss. We have the default stop loss by using what? The previous daily low and the previous daily high. So in other words, you should have a basic knowledge and know where your previous daily low is and know where your previous daily high is. Simple as ABCD. So I'm going to demonstrate for you. You'll be the one to know what to do. I'm only going to give you a formula to do that. This is 2026. We don't impose anything on anybody. We'll tell you this is the rules, then you be the one to know if you're going to use it. So let's say, for instance, this is flip 2. Do you understand? This is flip 2. Now, if I want to take this trade, now as you can see, stop loss can vary depending on the formation of the candle, because we are using previous daily low and previous daily high. Let's assume now this, let's say the price, the AI told us to sell this particular pair. Now for me to sell, my stop loss has to be above this previous high. This candle you're seeing, the one before the current one. This is the current candle. Let me zoom it out a little bit so that you see it. Okay, I think it's big enough. This one you're seeing is the current candle. That is why you need to know the basic. This thing I'm showing you is the basic. It's something you should know, but for the sake of this video, I'm just showing you this is the basic. Sorry, this is the current candle, this is the previous candle, this is yesterday, this is the day before yesterday. Just like that, as you're going back, you're counting backward. Do you understand? So for us to put our stop loss has to be above yesterday's high. Look at it. This is where my stop loss has to be. Let's say I want to sell from here, my stop loss will be above yesterday high. So how do you know if you can use this, how you can trade this? But all you need to do, click this thing. From here you get your pending order. You see this button here, you get your pending order. So I'm going to click and put a sell stop. That's why you need to have the basic to experiment all these things. Do you understand? Then you now be the one to decide, I want to trade this pair or not. So I'm going to put a sell stop from here. I'll put it a sell stop. Then my stop loss is going to be above this place. As you can see, if I take this trade now, I put my stop loss here with 0.01. You can see it at the top there. Let me delete it so that you see. As you can see, it's with 0.01. Previous high, I'm selling from here. My stop loss is just $6. That is what I am risking on this pair. Do you understand? That is what I am risking. So in other words, if I have $100, I can decide to increase my stop loss. Do you understand? I can decide to increase my stop loss. I can decide to increase it to maybe 0.2. I'll be risking $13. I'm okay with it. I can decide to increase it 0.3. I'll be risking 20% of my account. So it depends on you. That's why you need to understand the basic things about trading. You don't just jump in because you're seeing AI or because you're seeing people making money. You should have the basic knowledge. I just gave you an example now. With 0.01, my stop loss is here. I'm risking just $6. Do you understand? With 0.02, I'll be risking $12. With 0.03, I'll be risking $20. If I have $100, I am okay with it. So even if I hit stop loss, I still have $80 to trade. With $50, if you hit stop loss, you just have two more chances. But if you are using 0.01, so you just understand this thing. That's why you need to have the basic. So with your $50, you can actually trade this pair, depend on the formation of the candle. Because you put it now, you can put some, it will increase to maybe $15. It depends on you. Are you willing to risk that money on this particular trade? Because we are using the previous high as our stop loss. Look at it here. So it's dynamic. It's not something that is fixed. You'll be the one to know this pair. The stop loss is too high. I cannot risk this amount. The stop loss is small. Okay, I can risk this amount because we are using the previous daily high as our stop loss. That's what you need to understand. So it's not fixed. It's something you need to understand by yourself. Once you understand it, you know the pair to trade, you know the one not to trade at that particular time. There are some who are just static, that you cannot trade at all, but there are some they can be adjusted. Now let's look at this one. This is flip 2. Okay, let's look at flip 1. Flip 1, look at it. This is flip 1. If I'm supposed to buy this, my stop loss is going to be here. And we all know that flip 1 is a less volatile pair. Let's assume that there's a signal now. I want to buy this. I'll come here, see, click my pending order. Drag this guy to this place, buy limit. Let's say I'm buying from here. See where my stop loss is going to be. I'll change this to 0.01. Okay, change it to 0.01. Then look at where my currency is. Then this is where my stop loss is. As you can see, the same thing too. I'll be risking what? $7 on this trade because my stop loss is below this previous low. Understand this thing. Your stop loss must be below the previous low. Look at it. If you don't know what previous low is or yesterday low, Google it. What I'm showing you now is the previous candle before the current candle. That is why you need to have a basic knowledge about trading first. Do you understand? So if you put your stop loss here, you're using 0.01, you are risking just $7. So if you have $50, you can trade this. If you have $1,000, you can increase your lot size to something that you can accommodate. But this is the default. 0.01 is the lowest lot size. So it's something you should understand. Let's go to a more volatile pair. Let's say SF80. So you be the one to decide. Let's assume now this is buying already. We want to buy from here. Let's say that's where the signal came from. We want to start from here and buy. Our stop loss is going to be here, below previous low. So if I should put my pending order with 0.01, look at it, pending order. This pending order, you use it to test. It's not, we don't trade, because a lot of you now will be asking me, is it pending order? The pending order, you are using it to check if you can take the trade. If you are okay with the stop loss, then you can execute immediately. Don't get yourself, all of you start asking me questions now. This pending order, I'm using it to show you with my eye gauge. I know the kind of pairs I can trade, but you now that doesn't understand this thing, use this pending order to measure. Let's say you want to buy from here now. You will know, put your stop loss here. Now if you have $50, look at it now, you cannot trade this kind of pair because you've not executed yet. You're just measuring the stop loss you're going to risk. As you can see, this is $73. You cannot take this trade because the stop loss is way bigger than your account. Even with $100, you can't take this trade because if you hit SA now, you'll be left with $30. You will not be able to trade again. So before you can trade this pair, you must have ×3 or ×4 of the stop loss you're about to risk. Do you understand? You must have ×3 or ×4 of the stop loss you're about to risk. So if you have ×4, that means you're risking maybe 20% of your account. If you can have ×10 of this, it's better for you. That means you're risking maybe just 2%, 3% of your account. So with this, with your $50, you cannot trade this. Even with your $100, you can't trade this. With your $200, because you're risking $73 on this trade. And this is the lowest stop loss, 0.01. So that is how to check it. Before you take your trade, measure it. If you don't know how to, let's look for another pair again. let's look for another pair. Let's look at let's assume now this pair. Now we want to buy this. Let's look at this. We want to buy, let's say it's buying. Now our stop loss has to be below the previous low. Let's assume now, look at it. We're using a pending order to check. Okay, to check. We don't place trade as pending order. So I'm going to put my stop loss here. Let me assume here I want to buy now. My stop loss is going to be here. So if I'm supposed to take this trade, I am risking what? $27. Look at it. I'm risking, because it's below my previous low. I'm risking what? $27 on this trade. So you just have to measure it to understand what you're doing, because different candle varies. Do you understand? Different candle varies before you be able to take a trade. So this is the best way for me to explain to you. So you be the one to measure and know what you're willing to risk per trade on your account. Do you understand? Don't ever use a stop loss that is bigger than your equity. Let your stop loss be times 2 or times 3 of your equity, so that even if you hit stop loss, you still have enough money to come back. It's very simple. That's the risk management you're talking about. Don't allow your stop loss to be bigger than your equity. Your stop loss must be times 4 or times 5 of your account. As I'm having this $27, you multiply it times 5. That means I'm supposed to have maybe $120 before I can take this trade. So that if one hits stop loss, I still have 4 left to trade. That's just the simple logic about trading. Simple. So that's the best way for me to tell you the kind of pair to trade, the one not to trade. You be the one to decide. There are some persons who don't care about this. They want to risk everything, but we don't flip accounts here. So I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm only going to give you the guideline. It depends on you. You understand? The software does not trade for you. Be the one to click it. So anything you're doing, you are responsible for it. You be the one to decide, I want to use 100% of my account. That is your business. If you want to trade properly as a businessman, use what? 10% or 20% of your account. Simple as ABC. But this is a guideline for you to know what you want to risk per trade, because trading is all about risk. If you don't know what you're risking, you actually don't know what you're doing. That means you're doing a guess game. Before I enter any trade, I already know that I am willing to risk X amount of money. I'm willing to risk this money. So if I'm comfortable with that money, I can take the trade. I don't need to panic, because it's what I want. So you need this 2025. You don't need to be panicking because of Jordan, because you've made up your mind that I am taking this trade because I'm risking this money. Even if I lose this money, I made the decision. So once you're responsible for your decision, you don't have any problem again, because trading is all about decision making, taking risk. So you need to understand this thing. I am risking $5, I'm risking $20, I'm risking $100. I am risking the whole of this account on this trade. Is your decision to make, but this is a standard. Always make sure you put your stop loss below the previous daily low if you're buying, and put your stop loss above previous daily high if you're selling. Simple as that. With that, you'll be able to know what you're risking by using a pending order. You use it to measure, you know what to do. And before you be able to use this software, you must be a trader. Simple as ABC. It's not for beginner. We are not here to train. Look at it, Bekenet trading software. This is not a forex academy. We don't come here and train people how to trade forex. We are here to train you how to use Bekenet trading software to earn in the forex market. So before you be able to do that, you must understand trading itself, understand what trading is all about. So if you have the tools, you'll be able to excel. Do you understand? That is the purpose of this video. And another thing, the software is not free. We have a monthly subscription. Before you be able to have access to all the notification or access to the app, you must subscribe. Subscribing in the sense that you must put money into it before it will open. So we have 2 forms of subscription. We have the monthly subscription, which is $100 per month. $100 for forex. For you to have access to forex is $100. For you to have access to Deriv synthetic is $100. For you to have access to Well Trade synthetic is $100. So if you want to trade forex, Deriv and Well Trade, you spend $300 every month for you to get signal. Then if you say that one is too much, you don't have that kind of money, you can go for pay as you go. Pay as you go simply means that you'll be the one to decide, today I want to use Bekenet trading software. You understand? We will charge you $5. If it's Forex you want to get signal for, it is $5. If it's the if you want to get signal for, it is $5. If it's World Trade, it is $5. If you want to get signal for the three, it's $15. And before you be able to do it, you must fund your wallet. There's a wallet in the app. You must fund it with a minimum of $16. From that $16, you will now pay. Very simple. You will now pay before you be able to use it. Once you subscribe, you will now go and load your pair. Once you load it, just like you getting your phone now, you want to make call, you need to recharge your phone. Once you recharge your phone, the money is in your phone. It's only when you dial and call somebody, that's why they will debit you. Simple as ABC. That's the same thing with the app. So immediately you fund your $16 minimum deposit. Once you fund it, you now subscribe to the portal. Forex, it is World Trade, if it's the synthetic. Once you subscribe to it, then you now go to the portal and load the pair by instructing the AI, give me signal on this particular pair. Then signal will start coming and follow the route. Then if you say you don't have money for $100, you don't even have money to pay for $5 subscription, fine, we have a package for you which is called the loan, a $10 loan which you can use towards subscribe in the app. You have a $10 loan which you can use to subscribe in the app. That $10 loan lasts for 5 days. Do you understand? The $10 loan will give you access for 5 days to pay back. It's very simple. If you don't pay back within the next 5 days, the system will lock you out immediately. To take it as if you have used the $10 loan, but you don't like what you see. That means you cannot use it. That means nobody is forcing you. You'll lock you out. But it's only when you want to use it, you say this thing is okay, you now clear that your $10 loan, which we are going to charge you $13. Make profit of $3 because we are giving you a loan. Use it to trade. Once you use it to get signal, so once you do that, you clear the loan, you will now gain access to the system, so you can be repeating it without you spending your money, because definitely you're going to make money if you follow the rules. You can take $10, use it to get signal and trade in your account. If you make profit, you clear the loan, come back again, do that. The cycle continues. You understand? The only difference is that you're going to be paying interest of $3 in that loan. Do you understand? So you don't need any money to subscribe. You can actually take a loan. If you take the loan, test the application out. If it's rubbish, you don't like what you see, it's rubbish, you are doing rubbish here, you can go from there. Nobody is going to drag you or call you, post your picture that you're owing $10. Nobody will do that. It's only when you use the software with that $10 for 2 days. 2 days alone, you must get signal. If you know what you're doing, if you follow the rule, you're definitely going to make money. You understand? So if you use it for 2 days and you make money, you are now convinced that this thing is real. That is where you will now subscribe. If you want to, you can still be paying the loan and just be revolving in circle. You pay loan, you use it, you collect another loan, you use it. You are allowed to do that so long you are clearing your loan. The system will give you access. But if you say no, you've tested this thing, they are legit, they are real, you cannot fund your wallet to any amount, then you can be subscribing from there. That is how to use Bekenet trading software. And we don't give signal. We don't provide signal for anybody. It's only the app that provides signal to you directly. Do you understand? We only have a community of all the whole trader put in together that are using the software, where you can communicate, lay your complaints, do anything you want to do. You understand? Post your result, post your losses, complain anything that you know you don't like. We'll look at it and improve on it. It's from the Telegram channel. Somebody made this request. That is why I'm doing this video. So you can put your request there. You say the goal is for you to make money. That's the purpose of the platform, purpose of Bekenet trading software, to make money. And secondly, if you are using this software, you're already using this software since last year and you're making money, it is time to upgrade yourself, to start inviting people to use it so that you can be benefiting from subscription. Do you understand? There are almost three ways you can make money. Number one, you can make money using this software by it generating signal for you from the market. Number two, you can make money by affiliates, getting commission if your clients subscribe. Number three, you can become a payment agent. Do you understand? You can be subscribing to your community and be making cool money. Now, these two things I mentioned now, affiliates and the payment agent, you don't need to risk anything. It's just like a business. Do you understand? It's a business. That is the trading business. That is the forex business. That's the business aspect of it, because you are servicing people. This two I mentioned, you don't take any risk because you're rendering services to it. The only one we take risk is in the market when we buy and sell. That is a very risky business. But people subscribing to the software because you're rendering services to them, it's a business on you. Do you understand? It's just like you partnering with a broker. If you refer somebody to a broker, anytime the person trade in that broker, the broker gives you commission. That's the business aspect. The same with Bekenet. If you refer somebody, saying long you have evidence to prove to that person that he is working for you, you show the person is convinced, or the person can take a loan or do anything, immediately you start using the software, you too start getting commission. Then if you have a large community, you have up to 100, 200 communities, and you have enough capacity to be funding their wallet for them, you can apply. We investigate, check your office and all that. Then we'll give you access to be funding your client. You will be making crazy money from there too. Do you understand? That is another business that you can be doing with Bekenet trading software. You can become a payment agent and be subscribed. Let's say your client want to subscribe. You know, say we'll contact you, you collect the money from them, you buy from us at a cheaper rate, then you fund them, you make money with that, and still be making money from the the affiliates, and be making money for commission by becoming as subscribers. Do you understand? Our payment agent. So it's very simple. So it's up to you. Bekenet trading software is standard. It has everything that you need to make money. It's either you are doing it as a business person or you are a trader. If you want to trade with the software, the function is there. If you want to become a partner, an affiliate marketer, the function is there. If you want to become a payment agent, there are rules for payment agent. We must know you physically. We must know where your office is. You must have a large community before you can become a payment agent. But an affiliate, we don't need to know you. Just share your link, invite people, and you'll be making commission. To use the software, you must have the basic knowledge. So those are the things that you need to know before you can use Bekenet trading software and succeed. This is 2026. We are moving to the permanent side. So just follow all these things. You'll be able to understand what I just explained now. So if you have any question, drop it on the comment section, then I'll be able to attend to you. Thank you very, very much.